I think I found yet another way to reset the millennial crisis. Not to solve it completely, but to quiet the voice that is saying, am I behind? And if you're a woman in your 20s or 30s, I bet you know exactly what voice I'm talking about. The one that shows up when yet another engagement pops up, or another pregnancy announcement, or another promotion, and suddenly you're comparing your timeline to another one that doesn't belong to you. If that's you, stay with me, because I had a realization last weekend that has changed how I view all of this. Last weekend, I went to Puerto Rico for a close friend's bachelorette trip. And standing there surrounded by women in different stages of life, I noticed something. Some were married, some are engaged, some are moms, some were building careers, and others were figuring out what's next. And no matter how different our lives look like on paper, nobody actually seemed behind. And that's where it hit me. I think the reason the millennial crisis feels so intense is because we're constantly comparing our lives through snapshots in time. Where am I today? What have I accomplished? What have I achieved that I'm proud of? What haven't I reached yet? But long-term friendships don't work like that. They give you an entire timeline. The bride and I met on the very first day of college, and for many years, we were inseparable. If we went to a place without the other person, people would actually ask where the other one was because it was completely strange to see us by ourselves. At 18 and 19 years old, we had no idea where our lives will go. We didn't know where we would live, what careers we would have, who we would love, who we would lose, what dreams would we reach, or which ones we wouldn't. We were just trying to survive freshman year of college, and that was 15 years ago, which is insane to think about. But here's the realization. When you've known someone for 15 years, you stop comparing your life to theirs and who got somewhere first. Because you've seen the whole story. You've seen the heartbreaks, the pivots, the mistakes, the uncertainty, the growth, and you realize everyone's path makes sense once you zoom completely out. That's something social media never shows us. Social media gives us a snapshot of a milestone, but friendships give us context. And I think the context might be the cure, because when you're only looking at today, you might feel behind. But when you look at 10 years ago or 15 years, you start to notice something different. You notice how much you have grown, how many hard things you have survived, how many big dreams you have accomplished that felt impossible before, how different you are from the girl you used to be. The older I get, the more I realize how big of a blessing it is to have people in your life that have known different versions of you. The insecure version, the ambitious version of you, the heartbroken version, the version of you who had absolutely no idea what she was doing. And somehow they still chose to stay. So maybe that's the reset. Not comparing your life to someone else's online, but spending time with people who have been there for you throughout your journey, because they remind you of something social media never can. You are not a snapshot. You are a story. And when you look an entire story, not just a chapter, you might realize you're doing a lot better than you think.